Hi, Papa. Señoras y señores, prepare yourself. It's me. I'm coming back at you today with a brand new figure review. And as you can see in front of me, I have none other than the Crow by Sideshow Collectible. And this is a 1/6 scale figure, meaning it's in the 12-inch range. And this is none other than Brandon Lee's portrayal of a comic book figure right before he passed away. It was his last performance, and he is playing a.k.a. Eric Draven. And this figure is an absolute blast and absolute honor for me to have in front of me today, because this figure was released long ago by Hot Toys, and it was a figure that was very sought after because it was Brandon Lee's, the late Brandon Lee, which is Bruce Lee's son, last performance. The movie was actually an amazing gothic-like experience from the late 90s or middle 90s, and it was an amazing character. He played it really well, and because it was a character that came out so long ago and the figure that was made so long ago, they were very high in value in the aftermarket. Now, the biggest problem was, or still is, that figure from Hot Toys actually had issues with the leather that they use, or faux leather, whatever they want to call it, that they use. So it would deteriorate with time, whether it's on his jackets, his pants, and it was really, really unfortunate. Because even if you kept the figure in the packaging, if it would literally get stuck in the packaging, in the plastic bubble, and would start to rip once you pull it out. And even with those issues, the figure still goes for a high price mark value of $500 and $600, respectively so, because it was the only Crow figure ever made in this premium quality, right? And obviously those were the early days of Hot Toys and Sideshow, so I guess the material didn't really pan out for them, even though they probably thought it would. So, to my enjoyment and happiness, I saw that they announced it in Comic-Con this year, that they were re-releasing the figure in premium quality again, and it was a great opportunity to be able to pick it up. And thanks to my son being able to help me pay for it, this is the reason why it's in front of me and why it's possible for me to review it today and unbox it. Thanks to him. So big shout outs to my son Darius, because without him it wouldn't have been possible. Okay, but at the end of the day, he is inheriting everything I own alongside my other children. So it's a win-win for the both of us. It's an investment that is going to keep its value, right, so to speak. So without further ado, let's look at the game, at the figure box itself. As you can see, it has the Crow in red, blood red, with the blood red motif, with the figure in the back, which looks like an image of the glass window that breaks in the church in one of the scenes in the movie. And as you can see, there's different images of him in the glass that's shattered around it. And it says 1/6 scale with the Sideshow lithograph label of authentication and authenticity, to know that it's real and not third party. Now, the box is kind of slim. It says Sideshow on the side, and it continues the same thing on the side. Same thing on this side, as you can see still. In the bottom, it has the classic logo of the Crow, or original logo from the movie. And then it has the one here on the top as well. Then when you look at the back, it has a beautiful image of him with the Crow over in the top of his head, open arms, with his leather jacket, with the rain in an alleyway, which is a scene from the movie. But it was done with the actual figure and camera lighting, and it looks very realistic, like it was a scene from the movie itself. So you see, it says sideshow.com, and the SKU bar, call it the barcode there, so you know what barcode it is for the product. Now, like I said, I'm very excited. I hope you guys are too. So this is your host, Hebot, with another episode of Toys in My Closet. And I hope you sit back, relax, enjoy a digital drink, and let's have some fun. Let's unbox this bad boy, see what it has, what it comes with, and hopefully he won't disappoint, and you guys will join me for the rest of the ride. I'll see you real soon. So here he is, and what he comes in the packaging with inside internally. And some might think it's probably a little bit cheap because this is plastic in the end of the day. But I think it's, you know, way more presentable and way more quality than it actually looks and presents itself, right? So it has a little sleeve cup that you can pull and actually slide up to remove it from there. You remove it like so. And keep in mind, this is a premium figure. And then it has a piece in the back popped out. It comes with some pieces there, as you see there. And then it has the front part, as you see there. And you can see it has all the accessories, stand, and things of that nature. So, this is a premium figure. It does cost about $260. And it does have a, you know, heftier price tag with the shipping and obviously the taxes. But at the end of the day, it's way less and cheaper than the one in the market, aftermarket right now, which goes for about $600. So, and they give you payment plans, which is also really good, and Sideshow's really good with that. Plus, they give you discount, like for 20 and 30% sometimes, and even 10% when you've purchased with them several times. And this is the Sideshow exclusive, so it comes with the extra piece that the regular one doesn't. There is one that's about $10 cheaper, and that extra piece is his Winston guitar right there. So now I'm going to pop it out of this packaging, and we'll look at the figure first and the accessories, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys, I decided to do this a little bit different, right, in my approach, because this figure brings a nice amount of accessories, so it might take a little longer presenting the figure and then going to the accessories. So let's get started. First and foremost, he brings a couple of different hand displays. The ones that he has on him are obviously the fisticuffs. These are more open splayed hands, like if they're, you know, he's just have them relaxed or neutrally open, like when he's doing the walk, like he's on a, you know, like he's Christ on a cross, basically. And then you see he has a lot of beautiful detail with the straps, you know, and the band, you know, the wraps that he has on them. So he brings those. Now we take a look at another hand he brings, which is one, because it was a scene from the movie where, as you can see, my hand going through it, it's a hole. When he gets shot in the hand, it has a nice amount of detail and blood, you know, detail and paint looks really good. You can see his ring there of his marriage, that he married his wife, the love of his life, and why he comes back and resurrects himself, because they kill her and kill him, and he comes back for revenge. And then you see there, these are closed ones, so he can hold his, you know, his guns, his sword, his guitar, and you see that the right hand, or his left hand rather, is different wrappings than the right. Then he has the two fisticuff ones on him, like I said, and then the other ones that he brings are, I think these would be like considered the trigger hands, like for the guns, and those would be for like holding the knives and stuff. And it's the same thing, as you can see. Same wrapping, nice color shades in it with a little highlight and hint of pink to give it a real realistic skin-like and lifelike look, which is really cool. Then he brings, a stand, as you see here. Now this stand is okay, it's really nice and sturdy, but it's too simple. I think they kind of missed the mark by not putting the temple there of the symbol of the crow. But it is what it is, right? So I guess maybe it's because they needed permission, but it does say the crow underneath it, which I think kind of defeats the purpose in that black temple, which kind of templed on the bottom, which I think will get ruined too with the movement of displaying him. Now, one of the first weapons that he brings is this katana. As you can see, it has beautiful detail on the handle with black wrapping, silver tip, right, and that gunmetal here in the I forgot what this called, this area here, I forgot what it's called, with gold, and then the blade and that gunmetal, as you can see there. This has some pokes in it here, I don't know why, but yeah, this has some, like maybe to give it the effect of of it being damaged or shot at. I'm not sure, but anyway, moving on along, he brings the shotgun with the black handle, the trigger in that gold silver, everything nice and gold silver painted, and then the pumping action here. And this actually, pumps for that pumping action, so in that sense of realism that Sideshow, always goes for, really, really nice. Following that, he brings a simple black Magnum side pistol with that nice black pearly, it looks like it has glitter inside the black, but it's a matte finish. Then he brings this hand pistol, it looks like a 45, but not sure. And again, the level of realism where you can bring down the barrel and act as if you're filling it up with bullets. Really, really nice. And the front, it has a hole, you can put like maybe some effects, and even the holster, the handle, you see all the details in there to give it that leathery, realistic look. And he comes with this crow. I don't think it's anywhere you can actually put it on his body. I think it's just to put it on the side as a display piece, but it's still nice. You see the level of detail in the eye. It's kind of glistening, makes it look realistic. As you can see there, the beak, nice feathery details in black, and even on the feet, it looks really, really good. Moving right along, he has the bandolier strap right there in leather with that leathery look, and that's so that he can put it on his guitar. I don't remember the type of guitar this is, but it is very nice looking. Has a lot of detail. I don't know if these move actually on the top. I don't think so. Probably not. But I know that these here are real strings. It even has, a nice shininess to it with that matte finish. The little knobs, which I don't believe they move. I don't think so. No, they don't move. But I do know this whammy bar here moves. Has the whammy bar, wow, wow, wow. And then, the back part of it. Even the little knobs where you put the strap in it. There, you connect it to both sides. The level of detail and attention to detail is phenomenal, phenomenal. Then, last but certainly not least, he brings his iconic jacket. And yes, this is part of him, but this is an accessory, really, because he walks around with it and without it in the movie. And these are rips that it came with already pre-made, because it was like that in the movie. Same thing in the back, as you see there. Kind of ripped like that. It's not defective, For those of you who might pick it up, think it is. And you see the detail on the leather, the buttons, the little pockets on the side. It's got wire in the end, bottom end of the jacket so that you can pose it. Then the inside has the beautiful satin look, or I don't know if it's silk, but you see the details inside of it. Really, really nice. And these types of details are why, as you can see there, it's like a dragon there. This is why Sideshow and Hot Toys are pieces of collectibles that are so high on price, and that's why they're considered premium, because they go the extra mile and they're actually premium products. So yeah, now that's as far as accessories, that's what he brings. Now let's take a look at Eric Draven, a.k.a. Brandon himself. So let's go. So here we have Eric Draven, a.k.a. Brandon Lee, in his figure form in the Sideshow presentation. And this figure looks absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. This is his portrait, and as you can see, the level of detail in the realism in his eyes, and the scarring, the lips, the skin tone that's blended in with the white powder paint that blends in and blends out, as you see in the bottom, with his actual skin tone. The rooted hairs, right? Which kind of looks a little bit maybe sloppy, but in camera, but in person, it's almost like a wet look, like he's getting wet by the rain. Then he has his iconic, what you call his iconic necklace with the ring of his wife. And you can see the tithering on the shirt and the satin look with that black, the leather strapping, which looks like tape on his forearm, going onto his hands on both sides. You can see it wrapped around his waist with the brown ropes tied up, holding it, with his actual pants with gold buttons on it, right? All leather looking, and sewed up with the leather pants, with the patch here and this thigh almost on the knee area, with the ropes there, all authentic to the movie, going down to his boots, as you can see, really detailed on the button knobs, holes where you pass the string to the actual flap of the boot, and the crunchiness in the bottom where his pants shrivel up because he has the boots on, and they're open like that, just like he had in the actual movie. And in the bottom, there's really just not really any detail, but you guys get the idea in the picture. And as you can see, it looks absolutely stunning. So now what I'll do is I'll put on his jacket so you can see what it looks like with his jacket, and try to display him, and then we'll check out how he looks. But before we do that, why don't we do his articulation really, really fast. So his head, it does go left, does go right. It looks down incredibly low, and it will look up a substantial, not that much because of the hair, but he does look up, as you can see. Then we have the shoulders, goes up that much. It has a butterfly wing, you can joint, you can feel it in there. It has swivel in the bicep. You can't really turn all the way because he has clothing, and then it'll rip. He has a double in the elbow, and you can also feel that here in the wrist he has some, what you call it, like a ratchety sound, and it's has the swivel Then on the waist, he has a waist swivel. And the torso, he has a separate piece as well that moves really well. You can feel it. And you can move left and right. You can move forward like so. You can hyperextend them back like so. Right? And you can feel there's a nice solid piece there around this area, and then the one in the waist. And here you can feel he has a waist swivel, thigh swivel. He can go up, but in this side, he kind of doesn't have the ratchety feel that this side has, which it holds it up. So I think I may have a defect on mine, which I did contact Sideshow, and they're selling me a replacement for the body. Then it does have a double on the knee. He can kick forward a substantial amount, as you can see, or I can go back with his leg as well, as you can see there, somewhat like that. And then when you go down to the boots, he does go forward, go back up that way, go back this much. Then they even have a tilt, as you can see. And it has a full rotation on the boot as well, which is really, really cool. So it gives you a great amount of range with the figure. So as far as the articulation goes, it's top notch, 100%. These bodies are engineered a specific way, and I'm pretty sure they're produced and they're not cheap. But it is what it is, because they're supposed to be built to last, right? So really, really nice. So now let's check him out with his jacket and some of his accessories. So here we are. Here is Eric Draven with most of his accessories, pretty much all of them, except for the handgun, the Magnum, or the 45. Yeah, the Magnum, because you don't have like a holster where to put it. But as you can see, I have the crow raven there in front of him there, and then I have the blade, the katana, the shotgun, the gun on his waist, the way he placed it during the movie. You can see he has the guitar in the back right there, and he has his leather jacket trench coat. And again, he looks phenomenal. He looks incredible. He is definitely a beautiful piece to look at, and I don't think you can ask for anything more from the figure, and I don't think you'll be disappointed as a collector picking him up, especially if you're a Brandon Lee fan, a Crow fan. It's going to be worth every penny, in my personal opinion. Because if you're a fan, you're just not going to be disappointed. Bottom line, right? You're not going to be disappointed. So he looks really good in the stand. I have the other hands, obviously, that he has to display with, as you see here. But again, I don't really want to change it up from this look, but let me do a few comparisons with some other pieces I have to see more or less what he looks like. So here is one comparison that I have. I have him next to the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger from 3-0, which is also sold by Sideshow. And it's a spectacular piece, and you can see how they complement each other really well side by side, even though they have distinctively different color palettes. So let me try to do another comparison. And here I have the Crow next to the Mondo 1/6 scale Man-at-Arms. This is an absolute beautiful piece, but it does not have the range of articulation that this has. And they're about the same price range, but definitely because it has a lot of detail, accessories off the wazoo. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece, and you know, rightfully so. But this will give you an idea of what it looks like. Obviously, around something different 6 scale, but you know, at least is in the same scaling size, right? So what else can we take a look at? And here he is next to the Disney Store exclusive premium 1/6 scale Kylo Ren with cloth goods, as you can see, and he kind of matches better side by side with the Crow because they're both, you know, men in black, right, so to speak. But as you can see, they look really good. It looks cool next to each other. And just for fun, because we all know we're really not going to display this premium product next to other figures that are like a lot more affordable, right? But I say, hey, what the heck? I got the Storm Collectible Jin here on the my right, your left, I guess, or his left? No, my left is right. And then I have the EC Toys White Ninja or Shadow Ninja. And then I have the Gamer, I think it's PC Toys 2, Punisher from the Capcom video game. Just, you know, from a third party. Just to give you an idea what he would look like around other figures, which, you know, this is just for fun because this is not how we're going to display them. I'm pretty sure many of you won't do as well. So, now let's give my closing thoughts and outlook on this figure and what do I think, and finish the review. Well guys, here I have the Crow on the spinner, and to be honest with you, I don't really have a lot of bad things to say about this figure other than it's almost flawless. From the presentation to the level of detail, the quality in the materials, the quality on the figure itself, it's just very high and very well executed in my personal opinion. And yes, I do have a bias towards the character because I really love this character for many years, and for, you know, my own reasons, obviously. But it still doesn't deter that the figure is a very good figure. Just because it's one of my favorites doesn't mean it's not going to be a good figure. If it was a bad figure, I would say it's a bad figure. Do I feel like maybe certain things might have been executed a little bit better? Yeah, I do. I think the Crow itself should have had a stand or a magnetic feature or some way where you can actually attach him to his body or his shoulder or his hand to display him with him or side by side next to him. I feel the Crow should also have brought removable wings where you can put it open or closed, even if the cost was a little bit more. And I think that with the guns that he has, like the 2 pistols and having the shotgun and the katana, it should have run actual areas and sleeves where you can actually fit them in. I finagled the shotgun and the sword with the strap, the jacket and the strap of the guitar, and it works, but that's not how it's supposed to be. So again, they could have maybe executed that a little bit better, but I think it's because they went for the authenticity, and that's how it was in the actual movie and in the character and costume design. So I give it a thumbs up. Love it a lot. I feel so blessed to have it in my collection finally. Thank you again to my son. This is our piece together. And hopefully, you know, my review and my overlook of the figure help you guys out determine whether you like it or not, whether you feel or deem that it's worthy of your money to add to your collection, which you probably will feel that way, especially if you're fond of the character. And again, I really like it a lot. I mean, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you didn't like it, if you did like it, or if you feel that it could be better, or because you saw my presentation now here, you're going to definitely go out and pick it up. He is still available in Sideshow. This is the Sideshow exclusive. And again, I think it's worth the money, and there are payment plans. He is expensive, but there are payment plans to make the purchase a little bit easier. So guys, this is you boy Hebot signing off with another episode of Toys in My Closet. So remember, you can find me on any social media platform. It's all down in the description below. You can also find in any way, shape, or form, if you would like to help me out with my channel to help it to continue to grow, or help me have more highlights and showcases like this, of this quality, for the future. Every little bit of your help will go a long way. It's not something that's mandatory, but it is there. The option is there. It's not mandatory, but if you want, from the kindness of your heart, and you have the means to, you can do it. It's all down in the description below, also with my Patreon and PayPal information. Now, if you guys ever want me to highlight anything and showcase it, and you want to make a donation for me to review something or something like that, or unbox it, you can also do it. Just hit me up on one of the DMs in social media, and we'll work out the particulars to get that to be possible and make it happen. It would be my honor, and it would be my pleasure to do so. See you in the next one, guys. Keep toy hunting, keep collecting, because it's good for your soul, and it's also an awesome hobby. Just do it with the consideration that we're still in trying times, and we need to be considerate to others next to us. Peace out. Bye-bye. See you in the next one.